When my spouse told me that the married part of our relationship needed to end, it uh, it set me on this journey of grief, unlike I'd ever known in my 40 trips around the sun. And I started like collecting the stages of grief, like they were these shiny objects, and I was a niffler. That's a Harry Potter reference for those of you keeping track at home. And I was just like stuffing these grief stages into my soul and gorging on the pain. From denial, like when I tried to still live at the house that first week after the separation, as though a domestic partnership could somehow be a legitimate option, to bargaining, like when I blew up her phone that day we were gonna tell our kids, I was begging her to change her mind, to depression. For the first time in my life, I turned to medication as a way to stay above the water, because it got real dark there for a while. There's a kind of loneliness, like when you're sleeping on friends' couches and guest rooms and renting Airbnbs. It's really impossible to describe if you've never experienced it, and I hope you haven't. And never will. This next song I wrote late one night while I was just meditating on the stark reality of my situation, that it's really over. Like there's no more me and you. I still felt like I was deeply in love, but for reasons that I didn't understand, it wasn't enough, or I wasn't enough. And that's a heavy thing to sit with when someone that you've lived with for so long has come to the conclusion that they're ready to live without you.
But there's no me and you. It's really over. I barely had the chance to breathe, and now